I'm just saying, I just don't like that we're so overly critical. I mean, I get we have to be because Mitch did play like trash or in the first game and okay in the second, but I just don't like the overcriticalness of the Bears, even when they do beat a bad team, but they beat them soundly. Like they smashed them besides some drives. And I mean,
no, I feel you.
If Mitch doesn't underthrow the ball, and honestly, I would rather just a run play, to be honest. But like Mitch underthrew that ball just a little bit, and that's it. I think that for Mitch, that's an easy fix because that ball was that throw was open, and if we score there, the drive isn't even close. Like it's. I mean, not the drive.
I feel you.
The
I mean,
I don't think
anyone's taking the win away from the Bears, but I hope it's not a trend to come. I hope some of the other softer opponents we have on the schedule, if we do get a big lead, we don't let off the gas as much because again, if like okay, you can say what you want. Like obviously, Mitch threw the pick in the red zone, like on the goal line or whatever. The game could have even been more out of hand had we gotten a touchdown or even a field goal there. But I mean, again, as I mentioned earlier, if Danny Trevathan doesn't get that huge play on 4th and 1, the Redskins are probably scoring another touchdown, and the Bears have to come up with a lengthy drive to keep them off the field for I think it was like maybe the last 6 to 8 minutes, somewhere in that range. It
was a long one. Yeah.
But regardless, I mean, the Bears, they just need to play. I'm just looking for that game where we play 4 quarters of good football, not 2, not 2.5, not 3.
Yeah.
4 full quarters against an opponent we should dominate in every quarter. Like that's what we need to do. Like against good teams, we can't let our foot off the gas for a quarter or two because we'll get smoked.
And I think like with teams, and honest to God, like teams like Pat Mahomes and stuff, because Case Keenum is so like he's not Pat Mahomes, obviously.
Yeah.
They're not letting him have plays where, all right, now we're gonna let you gunsling. They're having quick out routes and stuff, and there's gonna be plays where they just design Pat Mahomes to do whatever he wants. And I think when we don't have plays set up to be just quick out routes and stuff, Aaron Rodgers obviously could be the greatest quarterback of all time. Yet every game for us is us. Like these last 2 years, it seems like. I mean, okay, the Packers beat us. We didn't look good, but Aaron Rodgers looked far from good.
Yeah, I mean, we only lost by a touchdown,
and
so
he looked far from good in game 1. And I think the reason that they let off the gas is because when you're putting so much pressure and stuff, there's risk of overplaying a ball and having a what could have been an almost pick turn into a touchdown, and the Bears play off to prevent the risk of touchdown. It's like folding every hand that isn't like double aces or like pocket.
Yeah,
like
I feel you.
Playing it way too safe in risk of possibly losing any money or any whatever. And I just think I honestly think the defense plays better if we're only up by like 4 and like the game's on the line, then the defense goes, they'll draw up these schemes as opposed to just doing like a zone with the generic whatever. But honestly, I'm not none of like obviously the Bears record matters and everything, but none of it matters until we need to have a good record going into these tough stretch of games we have. And this honestly, I'm so excited to play all these good teams because even if we had a great record last year, people could say we didn't play that many great teams. This year, no matter what, we will prove whether or not we are worthy of winning a Super Bowl or doing that because we play all of the best teams.
Definitely, yeah.
So
and next week's a huge game. Well, I mean, it's the Vikings.
Yes.
So,
and if the Packers lose tonight,
yes.
I mean, come on.
Oh,
it'll be a bad look for the Bears if we lose 2 home games to like our 2 strongest division opponents in the first 4 weeks. Like the Bears need this win.
It's not going to look bad. It's going to be bad.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We got a really good division. And
yeah, I agree.
The Lions are way better than I think most people expected.
It's annoying.
You know, obviously the Vikings are doing their thing. Their defense is playing really good. Dalvin Cook and their running game looks really nice as well. I just think the Bears have to make it so next week they put it in Kirk Cousins' hands and makes him win the game because I'm sure the Vikings are going to try and make Mitch Trubisky win the game too. They're not just going to let us run it.
I'm confident. I think because Dalvin Cook is their offense so far. I mean, Kirk Cousins is averaging less throws or throwing yards per game than passing yards. I couldn't think of the word for some reason. Than Mitch is.
Throwing yards, taking Thielen out of the game.
I think the Bears' run defense. I think we can hold like we did to Todd Gurley and Dalvin Cook last year. We held Todd Gurley to 20 yards the whole game last year, and their offense was like, holy crap, they're gonna burn us so bad because of how elite they are. They did nothing, and I think if we key on Dalvin Cook, I think they got nothing, and I'm honestly confident because their main part of their game is Dalvin Cook, and I think our run defense, given we know we're going to focus on that, I think that can be really solid. I mean, you have if Akeem Hicks is healthy, you have Akeem Hicks and Eddie Goldman right in the fucking middle.
Honestly, I think that Bears front seven can stop. And, I mean, tell me if you guys think I'm wrong. They can stop any running back in the league right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's also saying I don't think there's a running back as dominant as we've seen in the past couple of years.
Well, Dalvin Cook's our first real test. I mean,
he definitely is our first real test.
He's played exceptional these first.
But I think the only way the Bears are going to get burned is that secondary.
Can I add something really quick?
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx anything, so I'm going to knock on someone after I say this. But everyone's talking about this Packers defense, how it looks so solid. I just want to say that I've gotten in some Twitter arguments talking about it and stuff, and how they thought they had the best defense in the NFC North and possibly the best in the league, which is beyond absurd. They are 25th in run, 13 overall, all these stats, nothing in the top 10, I don't think. And now there's no defense being played in this game. I mean, right now the Packers have let up 34 points. So I don't want to hear this bullshit about them being the best defense anymore. I mean, I'm not going to – this is a separate thing because we're watching it and no one else can see it. But I don't want to hear that shit. That's beyond absurd. So keep going, though.
Yeah. I think, Colin, you want to talk more division, NFC North focused.
Sure.
I mean, what do you want to touch on first there?
I think that as far as this is a huge talk for after Sunday, and I think we have a 3:25 game. So I'm looking forward to potentially talking with you guys about the game after Week 4.
Definitely.
But as far as the division, we have the best division in football. Stat that says it for itself: 7-0-1 against opponents who are outside of the NFC North, meaning that every team that each NFC North team has played that's not in the NFC North, they have won, other than the Lions when they tied.
Yeah.
I think that speaks for itself. Week 4, huge game. It's going to set the tone for, how the division looks. It's going to set the tone for power rankings. And every power ranking I've seen so far this season after Week 1, the Bears have been under the Vikings. I want to see that change. I know it will if we end up on top in Week 4. But I think the Lions, that's another team you got to be scared for. I mean, they're playing really good. They really are. They're playing much better than I thought they would. They have a good record. That tie is going to haunt the rest of the teams in the NFC North for the rest of the season for sure. Definitely. I hate seeing ties because it just complicates things. But time. I think that as we play more of the Packers, the Lions, and the Vikings, we're going to be able to see more of playoff picture. And I'm excited, but it's going to be really, really tough this season in this division. Considering that you could say that all 4 teams in the NFC North could be playoff contenders. You could say that.
Yeah.
Obviously not possible, but each, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions ended out as a wild card. I mean, great teams in the NFC North. It's going to put the Bears to the test this season, and I like it. We play, how many division games do we play? 6? So, 6. It's going to say a lot about the Bears. It's going to say a lot about our defense. And there's nothing better than a division game as far as competitiveness, competition, things like that. So
definitely. Excited. And I mean, we're playing our second home game too in the division. Obviously, we lost to the Packers Week 1 at home. I mean, this would be a big loss. This would be a really big loss considering the next few times we play Green Bay and the Vikings, we're going on the road. And I'm not exactly sure when those games are. I think
later in the season.
Are they later in the season? Okay, I thought I saw one later in the season, one towards the middle. But, I mean, that's going to be a huge game whenever it comes up, considering we're on the road especially.
I think we play the Vikings every year like we always play them.
Okay, Yash actually just pulled up the schedule. We're at Green Bay Week 15 and then at Minnesota Week 17.
So at Kansas City.
Kansas City's home.
Kansas City at home Week 16.
That's going to be a real – honestly, the Dallas Week 14.
Okay, no, actually, now that Yash pulled up the schedule here.
We got a tough 4 weeks.
Yeah, so last 4 weeks. So we got Minnesota at home. Then we have Oakland at home. Hopefully we'll mop the floor with them.
Well, we're actually in London.
At home versus the Saints?
Yes, you are right.
Oh, is it in London? Okay.
Yeah, Oakland.
In London.
Okay. Well, either way, we should smash them in London. But then we got New Orleans and the Chargers at home. Those are tough games for sure. Then we're at Philly, home versus Detroit, at the Rams, home versus the Giants, at Detroit, home Dallas. Those are tough games.
Hey,
honestly, I don't see one game in here except Oakland that's a gimme.
The Giants,
and that'll be great.
I mean, if last week is any indication, you really never know.
I mean, that was Tampa Bay though,
and they lost on a missed field goal, so I wouldn't really give it.
Yeah, literally though. No, but I mean, looking at that, I knew it was tough, but I haven't really sat down and reviewed it.
Yeah.
But man, that's a tough stretch, dude.
Hey, I'm not even scared by it. If we lose, then it just shows that we weren't caliber. If we win, then I know that I'm confident we can. If we end this season with like a 12-4, 13-3, obviously that's a lot to ask. I'm saying I would I would be very confident we could win a Super Bowl if that was our record. If we
I feel you on that. Like testing our mettle.
What?
And Rags was complaining about a flag call in the end zone.
Dude, the Packers get every call is such horseshit. I hate it.
It is. Refs are soft this year.
Oh, if they have challenge flag for that, they're not gonna. Yeah, never mind. Fuck me. They're not gonna overturn it though. They're not gonna overturn it.
No,
we're talking about. If anyone is watching, there's 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. There was a pass interference call on 2nd and goal. So if anyone's watching,
it's getting intense. It's getting intense. But I would say the big subject of the day that we haven't touched on quite yet is our quarterback, Money Mitch. He's not so money so far. He was money in week 3 against the Redskins, but
I think he was. We
can take a look at his numbers from week 3. Mitch was 25 of 31 for 231 yards, 3 touchdowns, and obviously that pick we were talking about earlier. He had an 80% completion rate. He started the game 20 of 23. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But how many throws did Mitch have down the field where you're like, oh, he really slung that? Like what a throw! Like other than that Taylor Gabriel one at the end of the half,
not many.
There was really no other time like Mitch aired the ball out.
And the thing is, and that's what his developing, like he's developing. Oh my goodness, he's a developing QB. He might need that right now.
Drunk.
He might. I haven't had a drop of alcohol. He might need that, and that's the thing. Like when he gets the flow of things, like look at the throw he made to Taylor Gabriel was just, even if it was in the pocket, but it wasn't. It was running.
He was rolling to his right. Yeah,
beautiful.
You guys are gonna tear me apart for this take, but don't you think sometimes, especially this season, Mitch just kind of looks like Jay Cutler out there?
No, not at all.
I'll say why.
Jay Cutler aired the ball out.
Yeah.
This might just be Buzz me talking, but like
Jay
Cutler would never plant his feet. He always looked scared. I don't know.
Jay Cutler liked to sling the ball. Jay Cutler was a gunslinger.
He was. Okay, I'll give you that.
But here's the thing: if Mitch needs short completions to get his arm right, he's like, okay, I got this. I'm getting more of the flow of it. Becomes second nature. And then he's like, all right, now I'm confident. I'm throwing deep.
I feel you, dude. But if he's not airing it out against the Redskins, like who the F is he going to air it out against, bro?
We don't know. The play calls may be all short routes, which it seemed like it was. And he aired out a couple times. And he only, okay, I don't know. If he doesn't have the best arm airing the ball out, then that's whatever. I can't be like happy with it, but I'll take. Oh, come on, rush!
Flush him out.
Yeah, baby. Fourth and goal. Stop for the Eagles. Let's go.
Yeah, huge stop.
Let's go, Eagles. God, let's go. That got me so hyped. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Let's see a drink out of you, Ben.
All right, I'll see a shot for that. Fuck yeah.
Yes, a big shot for that.
That would have been a fucking great catch by
Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers. I fucking hate him so much.
Yeah, we don't like Aaron Rodgers on this podcast.
I'll take a shot. I'm so happy to do that. That's fine with me. I'll fucking pound this shit. Let's go.
Do it. Oh.
Jimmy Graham kind of looks like Caillou now.
Shut up.
What? Does he not?
Yeah, he does.
What did you
say? Hit up Ryan Urlacher for some
get that hair transplant.
For some implants.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be on a billboard.
Not transplant, implants.
He'll be on a billboard on fucking 290 in a couple of years.
But Jimmy Graham's not as big of a deal as Brian Urlacher. Not even close.
I didn't see that shot, Ben.
You didn't see this?
You didn't see it? You didn't see him drink it?
I think that means he needs to take another one.
Or you were out to lunch then. I don't know.
Dude, I'm not doing that again. That fucking that burned my throat. It's so bad.
No, but as we were talking about with Mitch, I think you're making a fair point. Yeah, it's part of his development, throwing short passes, trying to get his legs under him, and figure out his receivers where they're getting open and stuff. But again, if he's not airing it out against the Redskins and throwing it downfield, I don't know when he ever is going to do
here's
that.
What I have to say about this.
I agree with that take. I agree with that take.
That's my
We're playing some phenomenal defense.
Yeah,
especially Minnesota.
I agree with that. But here's the thing, though. Imagine if all these defenses know Mitch's favorite throws are medium to short.